Hello, I am Father Casimiro SPD of Radio Veritas Asia. Welcome to this special conversation with Asian bishops. It is an honor, blessing, today have with us the Most Reverend Bishop Honesto Ongtioco of the Diocese of Cubao, the Philippines. Bishop Nes, welcome.
Thank you, Father Casimiro.
Can you give us a general picture of your diocese, Bishop?
So I thank God. For me, whatever the Lord assigns me, I just give my best because the work belongs to the Lord. We are just channels.
How this episcopal motto has inspired and guided you throughout your ministry as a bishop?
I think the greatest, as St. Paul tells us, is love, because God is love, and whatever you do it with love.
What has inspired you to answer God's call?
As a young boy, I felt so good being at the service of people, doing something good.
Have you also experienced when you're trying to expound that love in your ministry, but you also face so many challenges? Can you share us the challenges or difficulties that you faced, the major ones in your ministry as a bishop?
Well, as a bishop, your first concern are your frontliners, your priests, your brother priests. I say, your brother priest, don't they call you father? The father of the diocese, they are your children. So, being the father, whatever happens, I remember my father. I made a mistake getting somebody to fix the piano. I didn't have any money. I charged it to my father, who is a hard worker in the market. My God, I didn't know that the man will charge a big amount. You know what my father said? You know, Nes, even if you are a priest, I am your father. And whatever you do, I will stand for you. That hit my heart. I will stand for you. I will die for you. And that's how I look at my brother priests. I am their father. Even if they do something not so good, I will not condone, but I will still help them rise above their mistake. If it's a big mistake, you cannot just set them aside, because God entrusted them to you so that you could help them in their weakness. So it's difficult, at the same time very rewarding. Of course, we don't forget the dedication, the commitment of the other priests who are more than those who err, of course. Sometimes people just focus on the faults of those who are not that good, rather than see the beauty of things.
Thank you for that great sharing, Bishop. Let's move into FABC now. You are aware of the triple dialogues in FABC: dialogue with culture, with the poor, and with religion. How these triple dialogues have implemented in your diocese?
So here I think it's more of the attitude that we should develop when we are not exposed to us, sometimes with some realities, like I'm sure things will be different if I were in, let's say, in India, Cambodia, where the minority, the Catholicism is just a minority. So talking about understanding culture, language, religion, yes, I have that at the back of my mind. But the situation is such that you have many Catholics here, although I do not forget other countries, but it's different when you are immersed, when you're exposed to such realities. But the idea of understanding, it's there. We have ecumenical dialogue. That's just a taste of what it means to understand culture, understand other religions. So, talking about this, how we can contribute, just attending to our own people is already a big challenge, especially nowadays during the COVID, and after we still have not ended the pandemic, it's still on, but again, this is a challenge. So it brought many blessings. We don't want the pandemic to happen, but it made us realize that we need each other. It made countries realize they cannot just stand on their own. They need others. So even here, people, they realize that they need each other. So some, instead of just being contented with their way of life in their secured wall, they broke down the walls, reach out to people. So we have that community pantry where those who have no food, they can always go because they know there'll be some people who will reach out to them. And that's what we did. Weekly, we had community pantries. And even before that, actually, being in the city, it's different. There are a lot of street people. But you are happy you see many conversions. Like, Bishop, instead of celebrating my birthday, I'm sending you 200 packs of food that you can distribute. So things have changed. On the other hand, with this pandemic, it was a temporary solution to have Zoom masses, live streaming. At first, so they were there at home, well-dressed, as if they would go to church. But later on, things became routine, and they were not so conscious about. Sometimes we need formality, like how we pray. And so when I celebrate Mass, I try to remind people who are participating not to wear pajama, not to be cooking. They got so used to it. So please, this is a sacred act that we are doing. Let's put our attention on what we are doing. Now, again, the problem is some have got used to that kind of system. That's why we had to stop. We had to lessen our online masses, and we had to tell people now the obligation to attend the Sunday day for those who are well, it is on. Unlike before, it was optional. So again, the challenge to be patient with our people as a bishop, with my priest, with everybody, because Christ himself was quite tough when it was necessary, but a lot of times he was just compassionate, merciful, and he would walk with people.
You have been involved in many ways, mission through media, and one of those is through a program called Hello Father 9/11. How do you see the effectiveness of evangelization through media?
So with digital technology, it's a gift, I would say, although it can be abused. But it's a gift because with digital technology, like when we do broadcasting, I connect with people in New York, Los Angeles, Ireland, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, with our program, as long as they have internet. And some, that's their connection. You know why? Some, for instance, in the States, they work, the Filipinos, they're hardworking. So sometimes 2 jobs, 3 jobs. So they're tired. So their connection with the faith is through listen to programs or connecting with Veritas. We have masses now, 24 hours. 12 midnight, 6 morning, 12 noon, 6 evening. They can connect anytime. And that has nurtured their faith. So with digital technology, I didn't go to Abu Dhabi, but I gave a recollection and many attended. Even here, with our regular Mass, every day we have 3 Masses in the morning, you will have about 60, 40 attendance for each Mass. You'll be lucky if you have 100. But with the digital technology, I would have 1,004. Sunday, I will have 4,000. So, it's a blessing. So, it's a challenge, yes, to open our minds to create. We have to be creative. Like, know your audience. What are their needs? That's why this idea of listening, it's very important. And periodically, we do get some survey. What level, age level are listening, so that you know how to communicate. And it's a challenge if they are just let's say 40 to 60 or to 80 years old. But in the Philippines, you have a young population, wherein 72% will be young people, up to 39. So how do you increase that program, the number of listeners? So it's really a challenging, as I said, ministry. But thank God we have this technology that has really helped us in many ways to continue with our evangelization program. So, we will always have this theme in life: restoration, rescue, recreation. Restoration of what man has lost, his dignity, and the beauty that he has in being a creature of God. Because we were created according to his image and likeness. So each one of us is a gift from God. Each one of us is beautiful. But because of sin, so somehow we have disrupted. But God's love did not change. So now the main task of the church is to restore the beauty of creation, even God's creation, which man has abused in destroying Mother Earth. And yet, the most important is man. As Saint Irenaeus said, the glory of man, of God, is man fully alive. So that's our mission, to restore the beauty of man, and those who are lost, that's our mission, to rescue and then to recreate the heart of man, from hearts of stone to hearts of flesh, mirroring the giver of life, mirroring who is the source of everything.
Let's move to another kind of questions now, Bishop. In 2019, you, together with other 3 bishops, received a charge from PNP on one of those was obstructions of justice. What happened to that accusation? And perhaps most important is, how do you feel now with that accusation?
So of course, we were charged with sedition, 4 of us, but many were shocked because I'm not that vocal. Okay, so later on they came to realize there should be other people who should have been accused, but why me? So for me, honestly, somehow it did not trouble me because I'm not at fault. I didn't do anything. And yet somehow it is also a pain in your neck. You have to attend to this, you have to get a lawyer. But deep in me, I was at peace because I didn't say anything even against the government. I was not... I'm not saying we should not say something, but of all people, a lot of even priests, bishops, of all people, why mess? So, and yet, we were, that was dismissed after some years. So,
King, being bishop, reached up to 75, and you are about to reach that age. It's meaning to say that perhaps you're ready for your next stage, chapter of your life, retirement. Do you have any plans?
So right now, yeah, that's a common question people would ask me because They know at 75, we write the Holy Father. This is how things go. So before reaching 75, we write the Holy Father, resigning from administrative responsibility like running a diocese. But then, even if you are healthy, you don't say, can I be extended? No, we write, it is the Holy Father. Was a prerogative to extend people who are still healthy and capable. Now, I've asked those who retired, and what happened? They receive a letter from Rome telling them, yes, we have received your letter, but in the meantime, you stay in your post until you have a replacement. So if you are healthy, if you are capable, the Holy Father, at least those who have been extended, 2 to 3 years. Right now, we have one Archbishop. He's in charge of a big archdiocese. He celebrated his 77th birthday last July 25. So whether I retire and if the Holy Father says, okay, your resignation is accepted and I will send a replacement in 2 or 3 months, you don't resign or you don't stop doing what you are doing now, but only in a limited basis. Offering Mass, giving retreats, conferences, ordination. So we still continue as long as I hope I'll have a sound mind. Because we are 4 who were ordained 50 years ago as priests. I'm the only one surviving. One had a stroke, he died. The other one had a stroke and he can't talk straight. The fourth has a difficulty in walking. So I'm telling the Lord, Lord, if you still want me to serve, okay. If you want me to serve in another way, okay. So I'm very grateful to the Lord because of His love and mercy.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Before we end, your message, invite our viewers to subscribe RVA's channel.
So to all Veritas, we come to know what is truthful, what is life, true life. Not according to what the world, what other people will say, but according to the standards that Jesus Himself gave us. It's the standards of the kingdom. So I invite you always listen to Radio Veritas, where you'll be led to the truth. You'll be led to freedom. You will be led to experience what true joy is. Joy, Jesus, others. Oh, why? That is you.
It's a great pleasure, Bishop, talking with you today. Unfortunately, we have to end our conversation here. I am Father Casronema, SVD of Radio Veritas Asia. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more conversations with more Asian bishops. Bye.
Radio Veritas Asia, the voice of Asian Christianity. Radio Veritas Asia mobile app offers services in English and 21 Asian languages. Download the Radio Veritas Asia app to get more videos from Radio Veritas Asia. Comment, like and share.